Hello again, third grade, and welcome to lesson 4-4. Today we're going to continue working on using our multiplication facts to help us divide, and today our focus is going to be on dividing with 8 and 9. So you need to review your 8 and 9 multiplication facts to help you through this lesson. Let's go ahead and take a look at our quick instructional video, and then we'll get into our notes and guided practice together.
What multiplication fact can you use? Think about this question during the lesson. John has 56 straws. To make each spider, he needs 8 straws. How many spiders can he make? Think of a multiplication fact that can help you. What number times 8 is 56? Now that you found the multiplication sentence, what is the division sentence? John can make 7 spiders. How do you know that the divisor should be 8? The picture of the spider shows that it has 8 legs made from straws. Luz made 9 animals. She has 54 straws. She used the same number of straws for each animal. How many straws did Luz use for each animal? Explain how this model shows the division problem. The line segment at the top shows the total number of straws. The rectangle underneath is separated into 9 equal sections to show the 9 animals that Luz made. The question mark indicates how many straws were used for each animal. What multiplication fact can help to solve this problem?
Select your answer.
Nine times what number is 54? Now that you found the multiplication sentence, what is the division sentence? Luz used 6 straws for each animal. You now know how to multiply with 8 and 9.
All right, let's go ahead and get into our notes. Now, our notes for this week, we're working again with multiplication facts for 8 and 9. Remember to use the facts that you know. If you get stuck on something and you're not sure, you can use your repeated subtraction, or you can draw to help you divide. Also, remember to use your fact families to help you find any related facts and missing numbers. So I wrote out our 8 facts and our 9 facts. You're going to copy these into your notes as well. And then I gave an example question for us to work on together. Sarah has 48 flowers. She wants to put 8 flowers in each vase. How many vases, oops, I wrote that twice, of flowers can Sarah make? So we know she has to divide up 48 into a certain number of vases, and we know 8 flowers are going to go into each one of those vases. So 48 flowers divided by a certain number will give me 8 flowers in each vase. So I'm going to stop and think. 8 times what number is going to give me 48? How can I find my missing number? So I can do it a couple ways. I can draw. So I can make my bar diagram. So I have 48 rows all together. There's 8 roses in each vase. I need to figure out how many vases I have. So I use my strategy of repeated subtraction here. Now with repeated subtraction, I subtracted 8 from my group of 48 at a time because each vase, like we said, has 8 roses in it. So 48 minus 8 gave me 40. 40 minus 8 was 32. 32 minus 8 was 24. 24 minus 8 was 16. 16 minus 8 was 8. And 8 minus 8 was 0. So I was able to subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times using the strategy of repeated subtraction. So if I know that 8 times 6 is 48 and 6 times 8 is 48, I know that Sarah can make 6 vases with 8 roses in each vase. Because these are all related facts, 48 divided by 8 is going to be equal to 6. So these are part of a fact family. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our guided practice. So let's get started there. We're going to work on our guided practice together. Now, one of the things before we move in here, one of the reasons I wrote out this whole question for you is to remind you that you need to annotate. So when we are annotating our questions, remember, I told you circle the numbers, underline the important information related to it. Here we have 8 flowers in each vase, and then we underline the question. How many vases of flowers can Sarah make? Always annotate your questions. It helps you to find the important information quickly. It helps that information to jump out at you while you're working. So let's head back and we're going to go into our guided practice. Now for number 1, it says, what multiplication fact can you use to find 18 divided by 9? So I need to find 18 divided by 9 is equal to a number. So what multiplication fact can I use? Well, I can do 9 times a number is equal to 18. Now I know my multiplication facts, and if I don't, I can use repeated subtraction. So if I wanted to do that, I could do 18 minus 9 is equal to 9. 9 minus 9 was equal to 0. I know I was able to do that 2 times. So 9 times 2 is 18. So it's the same thing as saying 9 plus 9, right, is equal to 18. It's a doubles fact. If I know 9 times 2 is equal to 18, that means 18 divided by 9 is going to be equal to 2. For number 2, Carla and Jeff each use 72 straws. Carla makes animals with 9 legs. Jeff makes animals with 8 legs. Who makes more animals? Explain. So over here we have 72 straws altogether. Carla makes it with 9, so she's going to divide them into groups of 9. And then Jeff is going to divide them into groups of 8. Oops. (72) divided by 8 is equal to something. So I know this one is Carla, and this one is Jeff. Now I already know without doing the division, from what I learned in previous lessons, if I'm dividing by a big number, my quotient is going to be small. If I'm dividing by a smaller number, my quotient is going to be a bit bigger. So if I have to split these into groups of 9, I'm going to have fewer groups. If I split it into groups of 8, I'm going to have more groups than this one. So let's go back and we'll take a look at our facts. Now we had 72 that we were dividing by 9 and 72 that we were dividing by 8. So I know that 8 times 9 is 72 and 9 times 8 is 72. These are all part of a fact family. So I have 72, 8, and 9. So 72 divided by 9 is going to be 8. And 72 divided by 8 is going to be equal to 9. Now, we're going to go ahead and write out our explanation. We're going to explain our answer. I know that Jeff can make more animals because he is dividing by a smaller number, or we know that this is called the divisor. So his quotient will be bigger than Carla. All right, so I know from my facts, 72, if I'm going to break it into 9 groups, I'm only going to be able to make 8 of those animals. If I have 72 and I'm dividing it into 8 groups, I'll be able to make 9 of those animals. Remember, the bigger your divisor is, the smaller your quotient is going to be. Take a look at number 3. Number 3 and 4 say use multiplication equations to help find the quotient. So if we have 16 divided by 8 is equal to a number. What number times 8 is equal to 16? So what number times 8 is equal to 16? So I know that 2 times 8 is equal to 16. So that means 16 divided by 8 is going to be equal to 2. And these, again, are part of a fact family. So 2, 8, and 16. 2 times 8 is 16. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And 16 divided by 8 will be equal to 2. Let's go ahead and try question number 4. It says 64 divided by 8 is equal to a number. So let's write that out. 64 divided by 8 is equal to our unknown number. So what do we need to figure out? It says what number times 8 is equal to 64? So what number times 8 is equal to 64? Now I can go back and look at my facts if I'm not sure. I can use repeated subtraction. I can draw a bar diagram. So we know that 8 times 8 is equal to 64. 8 times 8 equals 64. So we know that 64 divided by 8 is equal to 8. Now I could have done, like I said, a bar diagram. I could have done repeated subtraction. So if I wanted to do that, do 64 minus 8. And 64 minus 8 is going to be equal to 56. 56 minus 8 is going to be equal to 48. 48 minus 8 is going to be equal to 40. 40 minus 8 will be equal to 32. 32 minus 8 will be equal to 24. 24 minus 8 is equal to 16. 16 minus 8 is equal to 8. And then 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. So I could have done my repeated subtraction this way and counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I was able to subtract groups of 8. All right, that takes you through your guided practice. The rest of the questions in your independent practice on 131 and 132 are going to be your homework. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have an amazing day. Take care. Bye-bye.